Today, October 5th, 2025, Syria has begun its first parliamentary elections since the ouster of longtime leader Bashar al-Assad, marking a tentative step toward political transition after more than a decade of civil war. Assad, who ruled for over 50 years as part of the Assad dynasty, was unseated last December in a swift rebel offensive led by forces under Ahmed al-Sharaa. This followed a 13-year conflict that displaced millions and left the country fractured. Under Assad, elections were routinely held but widely dismissed as shams, with his Baath party dominating the People's Assembly through a controlled internal primary system. No true competition ever emerged at the ballot box. Now, in Damascus and across most provinces, members of electoral colleges have cast their votes at designated centers, as organized by the Higher Committee for Parliamentary Elections. The committee's 11 members were appointed by Al-Sharaa in June. This process aims to form Syria's first People's Assembly since the fall of the Assad regime, a body with 210 seats total. Of these, 140 seats are being decided today through indirect voting by electoral colleges, while the remaining 70 will be directly appointed by Interim President Al-Sharaa. The elected seats are allocated by population across districts. For instance, Aleppo's district, the largest, has 700 college members voting for 14 seats, while Damascus has 500 members selecting 10. All candidates hail from the electoral colleges themselves, running as independents. Following Assad's removal, the interim authorities dissolved all prior political parties, many tied to the old regime, and have yet to establish a registration system for new ones. In total, around 7,000 electoral college members, drawn from applicant pools in each district and vetted by appointed committees, were set to participate across 60 districts. However, security concerns have led to postponements in key areas. Voting in Kurdish-controlled parts of Raqqa and Hasaka provinces, specifically Ma'dan, Ras Al Ain, and Tal Abyad, has been delayed to a later date. Seats in the rest of those provinces, along with all districts in the Druze majority Suwayda province, will remain vacant until conditions stabilize. As a result, approximately 6,000 college members are voting today in 50 districts for about 120 seats. Elections are also absent in Turkish-occupied areas like Tal Abyad. The transitional government, which does not yet control the entire country, cites ongoing tensions as the reason for these delays. Recent deadly clashes have erupted near Aleppo between government forces and the US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces, or SDF, an alliance of Kurds, Arabs, and Christians that has battled ISIS for a decade in eastern Syria. The SDF is expected to integrate into the new Damascus-aligned army, but that process remains stalled, excluding those regions from the polls. The absence of a direct popular vote has sparked debate. Officials argue it's impractical at this stage. The civil war scattered millions internally and abroad, destroying documents and complicating voter registries. Logistics for diaspora voting would be overwhelming. This assembly's 30-month term is intended to lay groundwork for future direct elections. Ballot boxes would be opened publicly today with media present, followed by immediate preliminary results via state outlets. Appeals on procedures will go to dedicated committees, with final tallies announced in an official press conference by Monday or Tuesday. Critics, including reports from international news agencies, label the process undemocratic, pointing to Al-Shara's appointment of 1/3 of seats and the indirect college system. Analysts echo concerns over transparency. There's limited oversight in selecting subcommittees in colleges, and some initial candidate lists were altered without clear explanations. Hart Hyde, a fellow at the Arab Reform Initiative and Chatham House, highlighted potential manipulation risks. Inclusivity is another focal point. No quotas exist for women or ethnic and religious minorities in the assembly. Women comprise 20% of electoral college members and 14% of the final 1,578 candidates, ranging from 0 in some districts to 30 or 40% in others. Districts have been mapped to preserve minority-majority areas,
avoiding dilution into Sunni-majority zones, which analysts like Benjamin Fave of Karel Mashar Advisory see as a positive signal. Al-Shara's appointments are positioned as a safeguard to boost representation if colleges fall short. Yet, challenges persist for excluded communities.